Welcome to the Phorest Hot Seat for the second in our video series. And today we've got Kavanagh, the co-founder of Waxperts Salon here in Dublin. And Ellen is a fully trained therapist who focuses especially on waxing. And she launched her own range called Waxperts Wax, which won an award last night, I believe, from Innovation magazine. Is that right?
That's right. Our latest product, our first retail product, which are Waxperts ingrown hair pads, won the U magazine Best Innovation. So we're thrilled with that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. And it won an award for the pads in social and personal again. So
oh, wow.
Yeah, we're on a bit of a roll with it.
Cool.
So
I'd love to know a little bit about how you got into the industry. Where did the passion come from originally?
Originally, I was working in retail, in like luxury retail. I worked for Louis Vuitton and some lovely stores, and I used to go and get my nails done from a girl, and I could see similarities in what we were doing in our jobs, and I thought, oh, I could do that. I'd like what she does, and you're chatting and it's interactive. So I did an evening course in Kuchenbergen, and I'm qualified 10 years now. And as fate would have it, the store I was working in closed down, and I had no job and no plan. So my tutor in Kuchenbergen, Sonia, she suggests I come back and do a full year, full time, and get my Sedesco. So I really, because I had nothing else, I thought, yeah, I will, I love it, and that was it. However, because I had a bit of experience and I had seen this girl that just did gel nails, I knew going in that I wanted to specialise. So although I studied everything for Sedesco, I was very much focused on I'm going to specialise in whatever I like the most, that I'm the best at, and it just happened to be waxing. So I was focused from college that this was where I was going to go, and I actually had, for my specialised subject, I did Hollywood, and now we call it Vajazzle. Back then it was like crystals. So it was pretty new, but from then it was always about the waxing.
And so what that got you into waxing, but what got you into having your own salon? Where did that come from?
Well, I worked for a couple of years in various waxing salons, and it was kind of the boom time. Everybody was doing really well, salons were busy, so there were solely waxing salons, so I was able to do what I loved without trading somebody else's, facial for a full leg or anything like that, and live and focus on it. And then just naturally life progressed, and I found myself in a situation where I was at a crossroads, and I decided then I did love what I was doing, and I had some amazing clients still to this day, and they really were the ones who made me believe I could do what I loved, because they were there supporting me. So obviously you have your family and friends, but really your clients are the ones who believe in you professionally. So because I had great clients, I thought, well, hang on, I could give it a go. So I started very small, but that was how it began. When did you start? When did you open your first salon? We opened Waxperts in Dunleary in the same premises in 2008. It was a physical therapy clinic, and I rented a room. I managed to convince the guy to give me a room for like a day or 2 days a week, and he thought I was crazy coming in with my waxing trolley. But he left, and the lease was up, so I took it on, and that's the salon we're in to this day. And then it grew very quickly. Trish, my business partner, came to join me, like working together at the start, and then just naturally we found ourselves in a place where we could become partners and to develop the business and grow it. So that was more than a lifestyle business. It was more than coming in, doing our clients. We wanted more.
And tell me a little bit about Trish. So
Trish
having a business, well, two things. One is Trish, but secondly, having a business partner. Is she equal partners with you? Or
yes, she is. Yeah. So we're lucky. We're best friends and business partners, and it's very much like a marriage. So
was she best friends before you?
Yeah, and I think it gives a good foundation. Yeah, because when, like a marriage, you have to be able to communicate. That's number one. Everything else is secondary. So unless you can communicate through everything, then that's a really good foundation. And you can try and do everything yourself, but having somebody there who's as passionate and, you know, to be able to do it together, it's more rewarding. And we both have our specialities and fortes, and Trish is head of our training and education. She's training all the therapists around the country and in the UK and further afield. And that's really her passion. And, you know, it's great to see some of our stockists really excel in waxing, and you can see it in the beauty awards at the moment. They're winning Salon of the Year, Waxers of the Year, and they're people that have come through our doors, which is fantastic. You know, it's great to have come from, you know, one room in a premises to have that kind of, and we train colleges and everything, so it's much bigger than we ever thought of.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So so that's, you have the salon, Trish is there, you guys have a bigger dream than just doing the salon and everything like that. So that's what I think people would really like to hear a little bit about. You want to start your own brand. Why? And how did you go about it?
Well, I don't think I thought too much about it, and I think that's key with any entrepreneur that you'll talk to. They may have, you know, huge success, but you don't think of any of the risks or any of the struggle. It just doesn't come into your mind. Even now when we're talking about the next stage or the next product, you just are focused on the end, you know, and that's just your journey. And even looking back, I couldn't tell you in detail about, you know, struggles, because you move past them. So I think when I wanted to start it, it didn't seem like a big deal. Now I look back and go, geez, what was I thinking?
No idea.
But it just felt, you know, well, I'm working for myself. I wanted to have the best product to use, and I couldn't find that in one particular brand. And I thought, I do this every day. This is what I know. So I'll make it. I know how I wanted to perform. I get waxed. I know how I wanted to feel as a client, and that was where it came from. So luckily, I sought out really, really good people to work with, and a refinery that, you know, was able to help me manufacture it, and a chemist that can bring that expertise that you need, because obviously you're getting into manufacturing something. There's various levels of paperwork and lots of things that you don't think about at the time.
Where is it manufactured?
So it is manufactured in the EU, and when we first started with the wax, it was just for our salon. That was it. And then in 2012, we decided that we would develop it, finish the range, package it, I suppose, really, and launch it to the trade. Which I was very nervous about, because you thought, what if somebody who isn't great at waxing is using your product, then what? So that's where we came in with the training and the education, and trying to eliminate this kind of, you know, just rip off the hair and out the client goes. You know, there's more to it. This is the #1 treatment in salons worldwide. And people are coming in and spending hard-earned money getting it done, so it's about putting the treat into it. If that's their only visit to a salon, you know, it needs to be as special as if they were coming in for a facial, you know, so it's nice to have it as luxurious and as pain-free as possible. So that was kind of our trying to come up with, well, how will we bring it to the trade, and how will we be comfortable with it, putting it out there, you know? So that was the start of it.
You started it, you brought it in, it was obviously going well in the salon, and then you launched it to the trade. So what was the, you know, like, one of the things that we asked in the last video was really interesting with Susan, was her idea, and her business really took off when she came out of the college. She stopped being in the treatment room. She really struggled with that, you know, like, as so many salon owners, so many of our clients, you know, I want to do all these things, but I don't have time, because they're working in the column.
So hard.
How did you come up with a plan to get out of the column, and how did it work out for you?
It is really hard, because it's your baby. This is your salon, and I think you need to make a decision. Is it going to be like a lifestyle business? Is this something you're happy to stay this size, just you doing your clients coming in and out? Great, if that's what you want to do, then that's it. However, there's so many salons that want to take on staff, that want to build their business, that want to be really busy. Then you need to kind of take a step back and look at it overall. And I think you spend, as a therapist, you spend so many years building up these clients. You see them more than your friends. They're in so regularly, especially in waxing. They're in every month, and you do feel, God, what will I do if I can't, if I'm not there for their appointment? But they, you know, they manage. In our salon, we, especially when we're hiring staff and we're building our team, we're not always looking for somebody who has years and years of experience. We actually look for the opposite. So a lot of our staff...
That's really interesting. Something that I wanted to ask you about. Like hiring staff. What's the key for you doing that?
Because we're in Dunleary, so we do have the great college right next door to us, really around the corner, Dunleary Senior College. So there is beauty, you know, people around all the time every year. They're qualifying. And actually a few of our staff were coming to us as clients, and because you get to know your clients, you knew they were doing beauty and studying, and I think you just go with your gut. If you have a feeling about somebody that they're going to be good to work with, and you know they'll be good with your clients, people can be trained. Obviously they have to have a level of skill, but we're not looking for huge experience. We need every therapist waxing the exact same way, the same technique. Because in your salon, when the door closes, you have to just have that trust there that it's being done the way you instructed it or the way it's taught in any treatment. So that was really important, because I want my client to be able to go to any of our Waxperts or any of our stockists, because we've taught them our technique and it's the same. So it's worked really well. So we've been able to hire people that have had no experience, no salon experience, you know, train them.
That's interesting, because like a lot of people, you want to find a good, experienced therapist, but actually what you're saying is the opposite. You know, you want the ones that are brand
they're
new.
Still good. They're brilliant. I mean, we've been so lucky. We have fantastic waxers that work for us or that have worked for us and are now in other salons. But you know, really when you see people coming out from college, and any salon owner will remember themselves, how do you get experience when you can't get a job, when the job won't hire you because you don't have experience? And it's not always about just temping or interning. You need to be there full time to practice. That's really what waxing is about.
So is the difference really that because you do such good education, you such a focus on that, you're able to take people straight out of college and turn them into great therapists very quickly?
We're focused on the one treatment. You know, we're not trying to split somebody with doing nails and facials and that. You know, we're solely doing waxing, so it is slightly different in our salon. However, the training that we do for our staff is the same as the training we do in Waxperts, for stockists that come. So it is honing that skill and tweaking it and getting a method to it, really. And it's very different waxing for your exams in college and then in the real salon. You know, your product is different, you know, everything's up a level.